Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Aquarius for the month of October 2021. The sign is Libra, so we're talking about balance. It's a balancing act this month, and the element is air. Okay, Aquarius, your energy is 10 of coins, so stability. Financial stability. Stability all around, really, just really earthed. You've achieved that success. So we're going to see what the next phase for you guys is, because you've definitely achieved stability. Whenever we reach a 10, it means the end of a cycle. So there you have it, Aquarius. Well done. Where you are right now is, and we have energy abound with the Ace of Wands. Lots of energy on hand for you this next 4 weeks. New beginnings, lots of movement as well with the wands. Wands always indicate movement and forward movement and positive movement. So that's really good. So you're going from being very earthed to lots of energy, which is always very fabulous when you want to start something new, especially when an ace comes in. It is actually a new beginning. Let's see what has brought that about, and this card will influence the whole set. 10 of Cups. So relationships also pretty secure, to the point. Maybe lots of energy for relationships, or you've put a lot of energy into your relationship. So that's another 10, so that's another tick for you. Doing really well. However, as we know, Aquarius, relationships take work all the time. So there's a constant putting in of energy to that. Let's have a look at the background. So August, September time, we have the 9 of Swords. So fear for the fear's sake. What have you been worried about? There was nothing to worry about, but you conjured up all sorts of worries in your mind. Plucking worries out of mid-air and thin air. And there's no substance to these worries. It's just a free-floating anxiety. Never mind. Just know that's around and try and control that by doing something physical here. Control your mind with physical activity. It usually sort of stops all that ridiculous play in your head about worrying about all sorts of things that really, there's no need to do it. It's just, it's like a really bad habit. Okay, near recent influences, we have the High Priestess. So relationships going very well, very connected, secrets coming out of sorts, plus also really keeping your own counsel about what's going on. When she comes in, the High Priest, it's very much about intuition and really relying on intuition rather than your mind or your brain or your head energy. So it's sort of saying focus in on that. Less said the better, really, with the High Priestess. She operates purely on feelings. So also there's something about February, March, whenever she comes in into a reading. February, March will be an interesting time for you for who knows what, but something new will definitely come in. But it's all got to do with intuition. It's all got to do with, it's very much a private sort of story, so it's about keeping it to yourself. It's not for broadcast just yet, Aquarius. So we will now move on to the lesson for the next 4 weeks. And we have the sun. So the sun shines in on everything. It illuminates everything. Nowhere to hide when the sun's around, because it'll just show everything up, warts and all. It's also very much a healing card and a health healing card. Healing card from post hurts, maybe this kind of energy here. healing in on that and sort of learning to really realise when your mind gets away with you. Especially Aquarians, you're very much group people. You like to be part of a group. You enjoy being a part of what's the word? You enjoy being in groups. However, that can sort of turn sour sometimes, because some people in the groups, often there's always one that sort of can make you feel a bit insecure or worry about things. But it's about sort of realising that and just doing what you do. It's part of your DNA, is the group theme through your lives. It's how you feel at home. Okay, let's see what's happening in the near future. And we have the star, so just moving on. As long as you're moving forward, you're moving towards whatever it is that you're meant to do. There's no coincidences with the star. Everything and everybody in your environment is meant to be there. So it's about sort of just dealing whatever these people and the environment is dishing up to you, dealing with it and moving on. It's a very strong card, but it's also very beneficial for your development to just learn to move through things rather than avoid things. What's happening that you're not realising? King of Coins. He is the mentor. He is the man. He is sort of, maybe he's your partner, maybe he's your father. He's a very sort of strong, silent type of a man who just provides. He just gets on with things. He rarely whinges or whines about stuff. He's a builder, he's an architect. He's very much a methodical plodder. So if any of you have one of those in your life, especially being Aquarians, the earth signs are very sort of helpful in that they just get on with things. So we can learn a lot from the stable earth sign people. Now, he might not be an earth sign, this person, but this is what he represents, that strong stability, that real male attribute that most, especially females and males, really rely upon in a group. So let's now look at how others see you. Chariot movement. Maybe you're thinking of moving. The Chariot is a really strong card, but it says you will move and you will have victory and you will have success. But you have to first emotionally discipline yourself. So you have to have everything in order to move on, if you know what I'm saying. So it's almost like, yeah, well, if you've got everything is sort of clear cut, you will have success. But if everything's just impulsive and off the bat, well, you can expect that will come back and bite you. But definitely, whenever the Chariot appears, there will be movement. Travel, especially. Travel by road, especially with the Chariot. It's like the modern day car. So, interesting. But the main theme of Chariot is emotional discipline. So no just bunking off, you know, in the click of a finger. You've got to really plan for it and be disciplined about where you're going, what you're doing, all that kind of thing. But it's a strong card, but that's how others see you. What you're feeling positive about for this 4 weeks? Oh, worrying about what other people think. This 5 of Swords is always a pain. It's the collective. It's those people that are always constantly talking about everybody, not doing much else, sort of idling their time away, gossiping, and you've got to learn to sort of just sidestep them and get on with the business at hand, because wherever you go in life, unfortunately, we'll always have that element around us. So it's about learning to deal with them rather than hooking into their stuff, I guess. So we'll put an extra card on that for you, Aquarius, because it's a bit of a mean, nasty looking thing. But that's exactly what that kind of group can be like, especially when you're doing well too. There's always people standing in the background sort of speculating on, you know, how bad it's going to turn out for you, or something it's quite awful really, but we just need to learn to navigate those kind of people. Let's see the outcome. And we have the Ace of Cups, so the beautiful connection card of doing what you want, having who you want in your life. Another ace, so very nice card, very much meant to be sort of connection there. Sorry, I just dropped them. New things coming in that interest you. The Ace of Cups can be anything that really fills your heart with joy, and it's an emotional card. Right, I'm just going to pop a clarifier on that Five of Swords for you. So what's underneath the surface with the Five of Swords is the Eight of Wands. So things just going along just swimmingly. No obstacles. And this is sort of starting kind of third week in November, things really going well. Trips, a lot of travel to, relationships doing well. Actually real action. So you can see then we have the action people underneath, but then on the top of that, it's the people that just sit around and talk. They don't do action. It's not sort of, it's easier for them just to sit and criticise because they actually don't have a life, unfortunately. So that's lovely. So good, nice set for this next 4 weeks, Aquarius. Right, that one has come out, so I think that's our card. And it's desires. The root of all suffering is desire. The steady stream of human desires are directing you away from the beauty of the present moment to the fantasy of the future, taking away your appreciation for what you have and what life is offering to you right now. So live in the moment, keep on keeping on, and have a really good month. Lots of love. Thank you, Aquarius.